Alright, so you guys can see some stuff on this now. I unstrapped it. The plow's actually in pretty good shape. It's a shame I'm going to sell it. I would keep it, but I have two of the trip spring plows, and I really like those better than the dozer blades, but I don't know, unless I come across another one in the near future, I need to sell it because a buddy of mine's looking for one, and I told him I'd find him one. But this is the real nice, this is the Onan one. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it and try to find him another one, but there's some funky stuff going on down here. So there's a T here in the vacuum line. You have one hose going down, might be kind of hard to see, but you have one hose going down to the vacuum port on the motor coming into this T, the other side going to the original fuel pump, and this side going up to the secondary fuel pump. Now, I got no problem using these type of fuel pumps, these Briggs ones, but I never put them in line with a factory pump, and I would never tee off to make both pumps work. That's pretty hack. They'll probably fight each other and probably not work too well, which is probably why this thing doesn't run very good. Battery's completely dead. The cigarette lighter was wired in with some literal speaker wire, or maybe it's power cord wire. It might be part of an extension cord, like an indoor house extension cord, but that's coming off. So there's that. Definitely cheap extension cord wire. Fuses are still in here. I haven't checked them to see if they're any good yet. There's a bunch of extra wiring in here. I'm told that this may actually have been an option that you could get in 1977 and bolt on here for the hour meter. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that up. I might have seen that, but I'm not sure. So the way that this hour meter works, the little yellow hand is the actual hours, or in larger increments. So this goes from 60 to 120 to 180, and then in between that the red hand goes between 0 and 60, 60 to 120, and so on. And then the little white one goes around one time every time you click the key on. So either this was put on at like and only runs 60 hours, or it's gone all the way around once and it's gone up to about 661, well, 660, 600 and I don't know, 88 hours or something like that. So either way, but it's on there. When I picked this thing up, there was a foam cushion on the seat, and it didn't come home with me. So I think it might have fallen off somewhere on the road, and I just missed it. It's got a fair bit of rust down here, more than likely from battery leaking and stuff like that. Overall, she's not too bad though. I mean, the tank still has gas in it. It's not horrible. And the disc and everything's in fairly good shape. 3-point hitch is cool. I haven't even tried to see if any of this stuff moves yet. Oh yeah, she moves. How about the center link? No, center link's seized, but that's an easy fix. You just drip some stuff down in here and it'll free up. This nut works, but both ends of it are frozen, so I'll have to get that going. Tires are halfway decent. They've been switched out in the front with some Carlisles, which I don't really care one way or the other. Looks like she might have a bit of an oil leak in here. It's pretty goopy in there, but that's typical. Oil pan gasket or something else in here. The seal on the back of the crank maybe. She's got the cover over here. She's got the little thing for the plow rod, which I don't have the plow rods for this one, but I'll make them if I end up selling this plow to my buddy. Muffler's not even rotted out. That's in good shape. The pipes look good. It's got a DD carb on it. I don't know if it's an 11 or a 13, but I'm hoping it's still the original 11 here. I'll have to get in there and look later on because I can't really see right now. I think it's on this side of the carb. Let's see. DD. I think that says 11. I think it says 11R actually, so maybe it's a replacement carb. I don't know if that's what that means, 11R. But she's going to be a fun one. Change the fenders out, change the dash out with an older style dash, clean her up a bit, get it running. I think it's going to be a solid tractor. I really like these, even in rusty condition. I'm going to see about getting this thing off the trailer, take the rest of the attachments off the trailer, and see where we go from there. I took the deck apart, and boy oh boy is this thing bad. Big hole down here, big holes over here, but that's okay because the pulley's actually, well, I mean the middle one's a little tight, but it does turn all the way. This one spins perfectly fine, and this guy, he's a little tight, but he spins. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grease the crap out of the pulleys, out of the spindle, so I can get them turning freely. And that's probably all I'm gonna be able to salvage off this. Even the lift is bent. I'll probably keep the lift arms just for spares in case one of my buddies needs them. Some of the components are still good. The actual lift handle, the spring and everything in it works, and that whole rod that goes across, those are still good to keep. So I'll throw that in a bin in my garage, pull the brackets off and the wheels and everything else off. But realistically, the spindles are what's worth money on that. That's it for the deck. 8-inch moldboard, really good shape. Has a coulter wheel and the weed rod. The coulter wheel is seized up on it, but I'll get that going. 10-inch moldboard's in really good shape as well. I don't know if it's been used a lot. The share doesn't quite meet up with the cutting edge down here, or whatever you call the two parts, but it doesn't look like it's been used that much. This coulter wheel is seized up on it as well, but it has it. This one doesn't have the weed rod, but I actually have a couple spares, so between these two plows and the ones that I have in my garage, I'm going to figure out which ones the better ones are, and I'm going to keep the better ones, and then like I said, I'll have a couple of those for sale. The 10-disc harrow's in pretty nice shape. This one disc looked like it had been broken, had been re-welded before, but it spins, it wobbles a tiny bit, but there's no rust on any of these. The other one I have, some of the discs, they've been sitting in the dirt for a long time, so they got some rust, so I'm probably going to keep this disc and sell my other one. The mule drive for the mower deck, pulleys are actually good on it and everything, so overall I'm looking like I'm in pretty good shape with this deal. Like I said, I'm going to sell off some of the stuff that came with it, try to make back the money, and kind of end out with the tractor for free. And sad thing is, looking at the plow, the more I look at it, I don't know if I want to sell this dozer blade. Even though I have two of the trip spring plows, this thing's actually in pretty good shape. Other than the skin over here got a little bit messed up and somebody welded it back on, probably caught something and pulled it off, and it looked like it had been resting upside down for a while because this edge of the plow's a little bit messed up, but it's in really good shape. The angle piece isn't bent, short of it missing the two rods, the angle rods. It's in good shape, and this is the correct one for an Onan. So has that the little jog out here, and it has the longer handle with the bend in it, which makes it easier to lift. I don't know, I think it's gonna be tough for me to sell this. This is the cool 3-point hitch I mentioned in my last video. It's the mid-year hitch, so it has the short handle and it's got the heavy-duty lift arms on it, the new style center link, but this was either 76 or 77 only. I think this was a 76 3-point hitch, because in 77 they started having the longer handle. They weren't quite as thick in all these brackets, but they still had this center link, and that one also had the travel lock in it. So there's actually another piece of metal that comes down here, and there's a pin that goes through the back of it. So I think this is like a 76 probably only hitch, and then 77 they changed it over. I don't know if I'll ever be able to confirm that. I think I have a 77 manual that might have the part number in it. I don't know if I have a 76 manual. I'd have to look, or catalog rather. But tractor's not bad. So I'm gonna drop off again, go try to finish taking that deck apart, and I'll come back. Well, anyone need any 42-inch mower deck spindles? Well, the end of another day, and finally getting my scrap pile out of my yard and bringing it to the dump. So all this crap tomorrow going up to the scrap bin at my dump. I don't really want to waste time driving to a recycling place to get $1 for all this crap, so I just throw it in the recycling bin at my dump. But I cleaned up my area over here nicely. That GT14 Very Drive frame's been sitting here for about 3 months now. I only dug it out with the loader and threw it on the trailer, and now I just got like a tire and some plastic drain pipe. Whew. The new has 16.6. I keep going to say SS16, but it's a 16.6. New 16.6 is just sitting out here chilling. Might leave it here till tomorrow. Might push it in the garage. I'm not sure. Kind of want to pull the plow back off it. Still, I'm torn if I keep that or if I sell it to my buddy, because I told him I'd sell him one. I have a whole snowblower lift mechanism that I was going to make another plow that just pushed straight, with that. But then I sold all the extra blades I have, so that kind of went out the window. But I don't know, might be able to make something else work. But for now, 16.6 with the plow. I got my kids' tractors out because they were out riding them around earlier. Still going good, even though they got predators in them. Just wanted something trouble-free for my kids, and they love them. They've been going great, haven't had a single issue. Of course, they probably have 2 hours of runtime on them. Every time I take them out, they're like, go around my little track out here. You know, you go around the outside, up beyond the septic system, back around the tires, and then down here. You go around it 5 times, and they're like, I'm done. I'm like, geez. When I was your age, if my dad gave me a tractor, I wouldn't have been able to stay off the thing. Of course, I mean, technically, I rode my dad's GT18 when I was a kid, so... Anyway, that's the end to this beautiful Friday's video. Phone's about to die. It's getting late. It's almost 8 o'clock. I need to go eat. But little updates on the tractor. I'm going to start tearing into it maybe tomorrow. Depends. I got to mow the grass and do some other stuff around here. But hopefully I'll at least throw a battery in it, get it to turn over, see if I can get some fire out of the thing. I might just rip all the fuel lines out and unwire the stuff that's not supposed to be in there and start cleaning it up beforehand. I don't know yet. Probably change the fenders on it. I got a few sets of good fenders. These are pretty bent. I'm not going to try to save these. I mean, I'll probably hang on to them in case I sell another ramshackle tractor that I throw together. I do that once in a while. If I don't want to sell all my good parts, I'll put some of my rough stuff on another one and piece it together and sell it. But for now, that's all I'm going to do. Thanks for watching. Have a great day from Cranky Motorsports. God bless America. Keep tractoring.